Hey man, you watching Cold Red with the one and only big homie. My big homie, KD. It's up there and it's stuck there. Boom!
Ricardo or more. Drink like a boss.
Hey, what up? We in Cold Red with this smoke, this fire. I'm your host, the Playmaker, and we outside with it. We in Louisville, Kentucky with it. And we got a very special guest in the building. Dead Prez Blu, what up?
What up? What up? Louisville's finest, man.
No doubt, man. Hey, man, it was kind of hard tracking you down. I had to jump through some hoops to get to you.
Sometimes it's a good thing. yeah, man. Definitely.
But I got some in-depth questions for you. Ready?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Let's get right to it. Prez, tell people a little bit about you.
All right, shit. Came in the music game as a youngin', like real young, just with my homies from, you know what I'm saying, I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, started small. And I met a homeboy, you know what I'm saying, named Young Sirs. And about a year later, he ends up linking up with Hump and Lil Flip at Sucker Free and getting flown out to Houston. And, you know, he ended up producing like seven beats on that. You know, made turning lanes for Mike Jones, just Slim Thug, Pow Wow, just anybody you could think of in Texas. And that was just like the start of me. I moved down to Houston for a little minute, messing with him. And, you know, ever since then, been, you know, back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to find my way with this music, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. But that was the time for Dead Prez. The next. Let's talk early Louisville. What was it like growing up in Louisville?
Shit, growing up in Louisville, that was definitely memorable, man. It was, you know what I'm saying, kind of a gangster city. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know, but Louisville was like real heavy gangster city, you know what I'm saying? But it was good vibes and good times. You know, I remember, you know, Kentucky Derby, you know, Derby every year is what, you know, brought a lot of Louisville people together, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just pretty much remember, you know what I'm saying, we really wasn't too heavy in the music growing up, but I do remember when I was young, the group Playa was like the first group from Louisville that made us be like, okay, it's real, you know, you could be from Louisville and really make it, you know what I'm saying, in the industry.
I didn't even know Playa was from Louisville.
Yeah, born and raised.
Right.
Born and raised.
Okay.
Got with became the Basement Crew. They came under Jodeci, under Devontae, and a lot of people don't know their story. They got documentaries that they was working on before Static died, where Static, Missy, Timbaland, Tweet, Genuine, all was in the room together like this, called the Basement Crew, under Jodeci. And then when Jodeci kind of faded away, Timbaland stepped up, you know, and Missy, and then Barry's niece was Aaliyah, which he had been managing R. Kelly and been around. Pretty much Barry Hankerson inherited what Devontae lost. Okay. Devontae had Missy, Timbaland, Playa, Genuine, Tweet. How you don't become the next, you know, Motown. And I think Barry Hankerson kind of took advantage of what he saw, you know what I'm saying? And he kept Static writing, and Static ended up being like the sole writer for Aaliyah. A lot of people don't know Aaliyah's last album, Static wrote, if it was 10 records, he wrote 8. You know, from Rock the Boat to Try Again to pretty much all her big hits. You know, he wrote Pony for Genuine. And, you know, but yeah, definitely Louisville, definitely. Play is definitely the front runner of, to me, when it comes to Louisville music.
Man, you've been there from the beginning.
Yeah, I was 14 when I started rapping on a microphone. Yeah. Yep.
Man, it's quite a few artists that have blown from the city, and you've been a part of their movement.
Crazy.
Yeah, we talk about players situation. What was the next artist after that? So Static Major.
Yeah, Static was a huge Sirs, and then it was the Static. And then we had a lot. Like I said, we went to Nashville to record at the Sound Kitchen. Just giving you a little history of a story because I got a million of them. Sirius called David Banner. David Banner drove he was living in a church van at this time. This is when we met David Banner, and we still talk to today. He'll tell you today that we still linked in with him. Banner pulled up in a church van by himself, clothes, gun, dolo, drove all the way to Nashville from Mississippi. I did a song with him. 6 months later, he signed that 10 million deal like a pimp. So then Sirius made his next single, Crank It Up. Sirius made the single Crank It Up for Banner. We was at the video shoot, so it's like every level of my life I've been getting into just seeing different little shit, you know what I'm saying, and being around it. You know, so we had Banner. Like I said, Sirius made Turning Lane for Mike Jones, so I was around Mike Jones. Yeah, at the start, the first album, you know what I'm saying, when he was giving his number out, Slim Thug. Just so many people that we dealt with, you know what I'm saying, around that time. Just endless people, young bloods, just everybody. And then I ended up getting in some trouble, went to prison for a minute, did like 2 years, and then that's when Static died. Static died while I was in prison.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about meeting Static. How did that happen?
I got put on the spot. I met Static Major through Young Sirs. He was the hot producer, of course, from Louisville. You know, the first one with a plaque in my generation. And he had already got introduced to Static and Playa, so he was around him, you know, because he was the producer. And one day he told me to come to the studio. It was me, Digital Black from Playa, Static, Goodfella, Native. You know, Native had a deal with Universal at the time, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much here, get on this song. And if you good, you going to make it. And I ended up being like one of the best, the most favorite verses. And I knew him to his death. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I guess, meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Static saw something.
Yeah, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because his words was, you know, sirs, if we don't like it, it ain't gonna make it. So he didn't have a problem letting you know that if you ain't on my level or to my liking, don't think you gonna be on here because I like you or like your homeboy. So it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? I had to definitely, you know, be something they saw, you know what I'm saying, to make them lock in. And I think just my character over the years, I built individual relationships with everybody, you know, Digital Black from Playa, Static from Playa, just a whole lot. I always build my own relationship with everybody that I link in with, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I see something, you know what I'm saying?
So you and Static built the brotherhood and y'all connected on a lot of projects. How would his death affect
Like our chance went away to make it because we all individually had accolades and talent that was bubbling. But it's like he was Dr. Dre.
Right.
So if Dre ain't here, Eminem ain't here, 50, it can't be 50. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like we lost our Dre before it got to turn into, you know what I'm saying, what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely made us hit the reset button. You know what I'm saying? Have to figure it out. Yeah, definitely hit it hard. You know, and what's so crazy is Static's, as much as he wrote, like he wrote Pony for Genuine. I can name some of these songs he wrote for people. Pretty Ricky, responsible for all they hits that you heard. You know what I'm saying? Majority of their biggest songs he wrote. But he wanted to be an artist.
So the biggest song you think was the Lil Wayne song?
I was gonna get to that. He wanted to be an artist as well. You know, he loved the writing, but of course, he comes from Playa. So he wanted to be an artist too.
Hold on. Static Major was in Playa?
He's the pen of Player. Ben and Smokey was the singer. Yes, he's the singer too, but out of the three, you know, you got a favorite. Right. Static was the pen, Digital Black was the church, and Smokey's the soul. Okay. So the so-called best singers of the group was Black and Smokey. Static was the pen.
Hey man, as they say on the internet, I was 8 years old to find out that he was a
player. Yeah, Player. He is Player.
Yeah.
Not to take away from, you know, Digital Black and him, but yeah, he's the one that kept that name so much to where, you know, Black, after he died, Black and Smokey took it hard too. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they had another tape they wanted to drop, and, you know, you got future plans. And they're part of Drew Hill now. You know, Drew Hill always respected Playa. Just like Jagged Edge, I met Jagged Edge at Static's house. They all love Playa, so Drew Hill pretty much adopted Black and Smokey, and they've been on tour with Drew Hill for the last like 2-3 years, just to show you how that Drew Hill Playa, you know what I'm saying, linked up, and they're doing that to this day. But yeah, Static's, yeah, he's Playa. Cheers to you. Yeah, Static wrote that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he wanted to be the artist, and right before he died, some people put a bug in Wayne's ear. Wayne was hearing about the records that he wrote. Like, damn, I need to do something with dude. Wayne, matter of fact, Wayne speaks about Static, and Static calls him like, I got your single. Wayne gets on it, and you know that was Wayne's biggest record up until that time. That's the biggest Wayne record to ever come out at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because Wayne had never went platinum, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest record, and he wanted Static to stay on the hook because Static actually wrote it for somebody else to get on it possibly. So Wayne had the opportunity to be like, I'm gonna put, you know, somebody else on it. And he was like, nah, you know, I like Static, I like that. So Static ended up being in the video on the song, and Wayne was on his first single, and Static dies before the video comes out. Which is why the video says when the debut, R.I.P. Static on the debut of the album on Lollipop. So he died before he saw his video come out. So he would have been the artist after that, but life's crazy.
Man, you've been connected, like I said, man. You've been connected with so many artists. Man, it seems like you have the ear and the eye to notice talent. Let's talk about discovering Vory.
Yeah, that was a crazy situation. Again, my partner Young Sirs had came back to Louisville, and he was out of the studio with a guy named Max, who actually discovered Vory. Rest in peace, Mac. Mac died a couple years. Mac was good friends with Bangladesh, so he's the one that mixed a Millie. I didn't know him at the time, but just to connect that back, I met the guy that mixed the Millie years later, just to show you how I keep bumping into shit. So yeah, he does anything Bangladesh. You know, Bangladesh had a hot name at that time. So anything he mixed, anything he produced, Mac mixed it. So Sirs and my dude, Sirs was at the studio. He called me one day to come out to the studio. It was Sirs and my other dude, Forbes. And of course, it was Mac's studio. So I'm meeting Mac for the first time too. You know what I'm saying? Sirs and them's already kind of working with him. I find out about the Bangladesh and all that as I'm going. Sirs and them play me an artist. He's 16 at the time. This is Vory. I'm like, dog, what is this? You know, I ain't heard nothing to give me this type of hair razor since like Static, on a level of like when Static played me, I wrote this, Dre sent me these beats. You know, I've never been around nobody that's giving me that type of, you know, feeling. And shit, I went on a Vory campaign. Anybody I knew and saw, I'm like, dog, he's the truth. He's the truth. And my brothers was running with one of his little homies. His crew ended up signing Vory. You know, my brother introduced me to Vory. I came and met him. But at the same time I met him, my homeboy like pretty much signed him to an independent label. So it's like my dude had him, but I was with him through the whole walk, you know what I'm saying? And long story short, we did My Like a Movie, which ended up being his second single on his Overdose album. And we went to Atlanta, which is where that album came about, which was Bangladesh studio through Mac. So when we went to Atlanta, we went to the Bangladesh studio, and that's where we laid some of the majority of the singles to Vory's first tape. And you know, everybody in Atlanta, you know, was loving it, you know what I'm saying, loving him. And then he went to California, and shit, from there it's been history. It's like since he hit the green light on him, he's the real definition of if you special, you special, because I never seen nobody not treat him like from day one when they heard him. You know what I'm saying? That's how I knew it. But I already knew what he was because I was groomed under Static. So I know what a pen is. I know what a talent is. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never seen nothing like him. And like I said, he was 17, 16 when I'm hearing him.
So, feel that the second coming?
Definitely, definitely. And like you said, how did static affect me? I felt like that was my next time to feel like we back in on that court, on a feeling like how static made us feel. You know what I'm saying? And how close. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, and that's why I just went full throttle. You know what I'm saying, with Vory promotion and just like, whatever he needed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever game he needed. Whatever misguidance, whatever he needed. Like, I just been there. To this day. He just came in town about a month ago, and we performed a single we had together.
Say, Vory, I'm gonna need that interview, man.
He's definitely doing interviews right now too. He's into doing shows and interviews right now. Definitely.
So, Prez, I'm gonna hold you today, man.
I got you.
So, how did it feel when he landed that big single on the DJ Khaled album? Grateful to him. Was that the typical Vory, or was it something extra special, or was it lackluster?
It's kind of crazy because I watched Vory kind of elevate higher than I figured he would do that quick. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't shock me as much as it should have, because I already felt like that's who Vory is. And I feel like I don't care if you put me in front of Jay-Z, whoever, you're not going to tell me he ain't the baddest 17-year-old you've ever heard. So it wasn't nothing that I was shocked about. And then you got to think, before the Khaled, he'd already wrote Friends for Beyonce and Jay-Z. He'd already wrote Mob Task for Drake. He was already on Don't, Bryson Tiller. So he wrote for Beyonce already and Drake. So, DJ's a big fish, but DJ Khaled, it was kind of like, damn, it's about time. Damn, okay. Because Vory kind of went through some stages where he was starting, like where he kept getting resetted. You know what I'm saying, too. So I was happy because that was his bounce back. You know what I'm saying, kind of from how things kind of, you get slow points. And that sped him back up. But then I think before the DJ Khaled, he was on 4 songs on Donda. So nothing really shocks me no more with Vory. Who has 4 features on a Kanye album, let alone any big wigs album? So, and it says featuring Vory, and your voice is on, not just background. Like, I'm telling the world this is Vory. So I don't see, nothing shocks me no more with Vory.
Man, Vory has definitely won the over, man.
Yeah, I can't be shocked no more.
Grateful is so heartfelt, man, that, I mean, every time I accomplish a goal, man, that's my theme song.
Yeah, a lot of people's theme songs. And I'm going to tell you, man, you could work. Vory didn't want to show his face all these years. This is the first year he's willing to do interviews and show his face. So this is really the perfect time. And that's why a lot of people may not know his face or name, but you play that song, they like, oh yeah, I know that song. Yeah. I do it every day, even to this day. A lot of people don't know Vory, but they know that record. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or they know Beyonce's record.
You have to sit and really stand through the pen and see him write some of the songs for some of the biggest artists right now today. Name some of them artists for us, man. Name some of the songs for us.
Mob Task, Drake, Friends, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. He's on Don't, on the bridge of Don't with Bryson Tiller. And that just went diamond, matter of fact. He's on the diamond single with Bryson Tiller, Don't. The H-Town got me screwed because Vory's from Houston, but that's another story. Friday.
Let's talk about Friday, man. Friday hit the scene.
Yeah.
Was Vory one of the leading writers that brought him to the forefront?
I wouldn't say he brought him, but when Friday got discovered, he was a big inspiration to him. You know what I'm saying? And you know how new artists are, they're humble. You know what I'm saying? So Vory was bigger than him when he met Vory, to his mind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though his face got famous quicker because Vory was kind of like playing the backfield. But when he met Vory, Vory's the GOAT to him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't really bring him out, but I think he played a part in inspiring him to become what he came, you know what I'm saying, and the confidence he needed to come out with.
No doubt. Man, when I touched down in Louisville, did my research, names start popping up everywhere. For sure, popped up. Then one take K.
WunTaktimmy, man.
And then I got to talk to you, and you found one take Timmy.
Yeah, I'm responsible for his beginning too. He was already doing his thing, but like I said, when we filmed Vory and started pushing Vory, it's like the music spirit went over our crew. So one take fell under that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it was like 1 and 2. I met Vory first and then one take like month later, month or two type later situation. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told him the same way when it comes to rapping, boy, I'll put you in front of anybody. And I know we should be straight. You know what I'm saying? When we leave this room, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, long story short, yeah, Vory and one take is definitely like my energy reincarnated. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, what's taking one take Timmy so long to blow? Why he ain't blew yet? Everybody love him.
The easiest answer I could say is probably we're in a short span hit dancey type era, and he doesn't really cater to what you would call one hit wonders or antic records, where he's using a lot of antics for the hype. All his hype is strictly his words. You know what I'm saying? And he's not really a antic-y, over the top, on the scene type of person. Yeah, he's not a come in the room and start yelling to get everybody to pay attention to him. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the ones that probably won't say nothing, but then when he hit that record button, you can be like, damn, this is you. You know what I'm saying? And just through history and seeing some of our greats that we love, what I've told one take, just to keep him motivated. Your favorite artists didn't sign with a major label. They signed with a nigga like me and you, and that's who believed in them and took him. Wayne, Birdman. Drake, Jay Prince, Birdman. However you want to, Kendrick, Top Dog. Tupac, he was Tupac, but Suge. So Moneybagg Yo, Glorilla, Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
So I just study stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that some of our greatest artists that we love and think is just like gods wouldn't be that without your masterpiece, without your Birdmans, without me and people like you that believe in the vision. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I always say, man. Every major artist started off as an independent.
All of them.
Don't never let them believe that they skipped a step.
Yeah. They actually started at the lowest step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Damn, Prez. Man. What you think it's gonna take for Louisville to get recognized, man? I mean, because y'all have produced some great talent.
Yeah.
Right now, today, y'all got the Jack Harlow, EST, y'all got Vory, y'all got the Dante, y'all got Playa,
Yeah.
and the list goes on.
Yeah.
So, what you think it's gonna take to really catapult it into the Houston, the Atlanta?
Shit, if I had the millions, it would be me. But shit, somebody being Birdman and Master P. You know what people are scared of nowadays. People want to take their talent, their artists, and run to the label. Take their ideas, creativity, and go run to the labels. And I think people are afraid of the slow grind. You know what I'm saying? And I think you got to really believe in yourself. I believe in me and everybody around me and my team and the artists I deal with enough to not care about us walking ourselves to I don't care that, you know what I'm saying, because I just believe in the product and it's gonna sell itself. You know what I'm saying? Eventually they gonna catch on to it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you believe that the industry is resetting itself right now?
Yeah.
You think it's going back to the old days where we remember?
I say a little bit. I say a little bit because it's only so long that you can just keep getting away with what I call draft through product. You know, no diss to the, you know, material, but
You call it drive through, I call it microwave.
yes, yeah, microwave. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's and I think even them artists will see, you know, how you can, like, perfect example. We always going crazy about Birdman and No Limit records from the 90s. Some of these records is early mid 90s. They're not even going to be able to probably name their records in 5 years. A lot of these, probably 90% of these artists' records won't even hold that type of feeling and value in 5 years, let alone 25 years. And I think they'll end up seeing that eventually, because when you see the old people still getting respected, it's like, you got to ask yourself, what did you do wrong?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we see that it's resetting right before our eyes because we look at Cardi B, looking at artists like her getting into the streets, bringing the street team back because they understanding that people are manufacturing the numbers to make you bigger than what you really are. But if you're out there really touching the people, you know that I gained a fan, a real one.
Yeah, a real one. Yeah, not just a robot.
So, you know, a lot of these artists are bigger than what they are, but they can't fill no seats.
Which is crazy.
Why? Because half of your fan base ain't real.
Yeah. Yeah, which is the proof. The proof's in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Playa, he's an older artist and he's still selling shows. That's how you know it's the fans. It's the real connection that he got. You know what I'm saying?
Just show that the old way.
It's still the good way.
The good way.
Yep.
It's really the only way.
Nothing ever changed. Things change. Things evolve. New things come. But you pretty much still always keep your structure in every type of game for it. It's going to be like a fundamental, what they would call sports, fundamentals. It's always fundamentals that you can't avoid.
You gotta go back to the basics. And I'm happy it's coming to that because that means more work.
Yeah, definitely.
And we really can flourish. It'll be time for people like you and I to really flourish because it's something that we're so familiar with the old way.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, we talked about the next 5 years to make a classic, things like that. But what's your goal in the industry coming up in the next? What Dead Prez gonna come?
I want to make a living off music, man. You know, whether it be, you know, promo, record sales, touring, teaching, A&Ring, breaking artists. You know, I feel like I've been connected and so much fell on my lap. It would be kind of crazy not to want to, you know, have a career that I can retire from from this. You know what I'm saying? That I did. And, you know, coming from Louisville was like almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because all the stuff I did do, for the most part, I left Louisville. You know what I'm saying? But I still had a good run because I had Louisville people with situations. You know what I'm saying? So it made my Louisville a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? My Louisville didn't feel like it can't make it as much as it would for other cities. You know what I'm saying? Because I had static. You know what I'm saying? I had sirs, you know, doing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So with all the success you had, feel like you actually made it.
I say yeah. Not financially, but I say yeah for the simple fact because everything I went through and learned made me great today. And what I got today is worth more than, you know, any money or anything. You know what I'm saying? I understand and I'm in a predicament, you know what I'm saying, to actually move. So yeah, I do feel like I made it because I'm not depending on fairy tales no more. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree with you on that because we have to realize in this journey, man, we celebrated all our wins in real time. Every
Yeah.
time you won, he was on the plane celebrating that.
Yeah.
He was on the move.
Yeah.
He was on the go. You know, it's peaks. There's valleys and peaks in this.
Yeah.
You know, you get in this industry, it's a forever roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
It's full of heartbreaks.
Man. Man.
I like to ask people in the industry, man, how many times have you had your heart broken?
Man. Shit, I know I can think of at least 5 or 6 just off the top. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Prison messed me up. Like I said, I was in prison when Static died. I was just getting out of prison when Sirs and Seth. I got another homeboy I can tell you about Seth. When Static died, another rebound situation that came in our lap again was Sirs, my dude Ray, and Seth moved to Atlanta. And when I came home, I went to Atlanta, hot and whatever. Well, long story short, they was, making beats and engine and everything. Seth ends up meeting Future, and Seth was the sole mixer and engineer for Future from Louisville. So we got another engineer named Seth who did all Future stuff, and Future will tell you, and he died. So we lost we lost Mac, and we lost Seth, who were major mixing engineers, part of, our situation to that. He did all Future stuff. I'm talking everything Future recorded up until Seth died, pretty much from Dirty Sprite to Seth died. Seth did all that. You know what I'm saying? So that was another situation, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, it's been Static dying, Mac died, Seth died. I went to prison multiple times, when Vory was writing Friends and stuff, I was in prison again. So it's like I got Vory on and then I was getting ready to go back to prison. So I always had that going in between stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I done went to prison like 5 times. So, that's a lot of gaps, you know what I'm saying? And through the stories I'm telling you, I was dodging that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still not making money off music.
Yeah.
So I had to still make money the way I made money. But I had my dream and my vision for this. That's why I did so much. And know that it's meant, because I didn't know a lot of people that was into what I was into that would have left that to go handle the music. You know what I'm saying? Or go leave your home ground and go to Texas for a minute, go to Atlanta. I would be willing to leave pretty much money because I always knew that was little money. No matter how much I was making, this is little money in comparison to what this can be. So I never didn't respect the music part of things, you know what I'm saying? But realistically, I still was doing shit and I was getting caught up sitting down, you know what I'm saying, throughout it all too. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta get beat on your head to get woke up, you know what I'm saying?
Man, if you left here today, what would you remember about being free?
The realest, the most solid, the one who genuinely is happy every day about myself and my situation and still wakes up to make other people's situation better, who have probably never done nothing for my life, probably never will do anything for my life, but I get I get satisfaction out of, I guess, see people smile and win and turn into what they should turn into. You know what I'm saying?
If people want to catch up with you, how would they go about doing that?
I'm on Instagram, Blue Magic 101. I need to tighten up my social media, you know what I'm saying? But I'm on there, I'm on Facebook, My Life a Movie, King Vory featuring, Blue. That's on all, you know, Apple Music, YouTube, all the sites. Yep, just shit. Pretty much shit. Like you did, you know, say my name. Somebody around here gonna bump into me. I know me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Prez, man, I definitely want to thank you for sitting on the couch with us, man. Platform.
Appreciate you, man, for having me.
No Code Red for this smoke, this fire. I'm your host, Playmaker. This is super producer, engineer, Dead Prez.
Dead Prez, man. Cold Red.
And we out.